Nobody wanted to tell me the truth when I turned 70. Everyone tiptoed around it. They'd say things like, "You're only as old as you feel," or "Age is just a number." But you know what? That's not helpful. That's not reality. And it certainly didn't prepare me for what was coming. My name is Walter. I'm 81 years old. And today I'm going to tell you 7 hard truths about life after 70 that most people are too polite or too afraid to say out loud. These aren't easy things to hear. But if you want to stay strong, stay independent, and stay in control of your life after 70, you need to face these truths head on. Because here's what I've learned. The people who struggle the most in their 70s and 80s aren't the ones who face reality. They're the ones who pretend everything is fine until it's too late to do anything about it. So, let's get into it. No sugarcoating, no false hope, just the truth. Hard truth number 1. Your body is not going to get better. It's only going to get worse. And the sooner you accept that, the better off you'll be. I know that sounds depressing, but hear me out. When I was 72, I started having knee pain. I ignored it for a year, told myself it would get better, kept doing the same activities, the same exercises, hoping my knee would just magically heal itself like it did when I was 40. It didn't. It got worse. A lot worse. By the time I finally went to the doctor, the cartilage was so damaged that I needed surgery. Surgery that could have been avoided if I had just accepted the truth earlier. My knee wasn't going to heal on its own. My body wasn't going to bounce back like it used to. Once I accepted that truth, everything changed. I started being proactive instead of reactive. I started physical therapy before things got bad. I modified my activities. I used a cane when I needed one instead of being too proud to admit I needed help. Your body is aging. That's not failure. That's not weakness. That's just biology. The question is, are you going to accept it and work with it, or are you going to fight it until you break? Hard truth number 2, you will lose people, friends, family, maybe even your spouse, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. I've been to 14 funerals in the last 5 years. 14. Some of them were people older than me. Some were younger. My best friend from high school died at 76. My neighbor died at 73. My wife's sister died at 68. And every single time it hits you. It reminds you that time is running out. Not just for them, for you too. But here's what I've learned. You can't let the fear of loss stop you from living. You can't isolate yourself because you're afraid of losing more people, because the truth is the relationships you have right now today are precious, and you need to cherish them while you still can. Call your friends, visit your family, tell people you love them, because one day, sooner than you think, you won't get another chance. Hard truth number 3. Nobody cares about your past accomplishments as much as you do. This one stings. I used to be somebody. I had a successful career. I provided for my family. I built a good life. And for a while after I retired, I held on to that identity. I'd tell stories about my glory days, about the deals I closed, about the awards I won. But you know what I noticed? People's eyes would glaze over, not because they were rude, but because it wasn't relevant anymore. The world had moved on. Younger people had their own accomplishments, their own challenges, their own lives, and that's when I realized something important. Your value after 70 isn't about what you did. It's about who you are now. It's about how you treat people, how you show up, how you contribute to the lives of the people around you. Let go of your past glory. Focus on being present, being kind, being useful. That's what matters. Now, hard truth number 4, you're going to need help, and you need to learn to ask for it before it becomes a crisis. I was independent my whole life, did everything myself, never asked anybody for anything, and I carried that pride into my 70s. Big mistake. There was a time when I couldn't open a jar. Sounds silly, right? But my arthritis was flaring up and I just couldn't get the grip strength. Instead of asking my neighbor for help, I struggled with that jar for 20 minutes. I was sweating. I was frustrated. I was angry at myself. Finally, I gave up and asked, "You know what happened?" My neighbor opened it in 2 seconds, smiled, said, "Anytime." And I realized I had wasted all that energy on pride. Here's the truth. Needing help doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. And the longer you wait to ask for help, the harder things become. Ask before you fall. Ask before you can't cook for yourself. Ask before you can't manage your medications. Ask before it becomes an emergency. Hard truth number 5. Your mind might go before your body. And that's terrifying, but you need to prepare for it anyway. I've watched cognitive decline up close. My uncle had dementia, started in his mid-70s. By 80, he didn't recognize his own children. It was heartbreaking. And it scared me more than any physical ailment ever could. Because here's the thing. You can live with a bad knee. You can live with arthritis. But losing your mind, losing your memories, losing yourself, that's a different kind of decline. So what do? You stay mentally active. You do puzzles. You read. You learn new things. You socialize. You challenge your brain every single day. Not because it guarantees you won't get dementia, but because it gives you the best fighting chance. And you have the difficult conversations. You set up power of attorney. You make your wishes known. You prepare your family for the possibility that one day you might not be able to make decisions for yourself. It's uncomfortable, but it's necessary. Hard truth number 6. Money matters more than ever. And if you don't have enough, your options are going to be severely limited. Healthcare is expensive. Assisted living is expensive. In-home care is expensive. Medications are expensive. And if you're living on a fixed income, every unexpected expense can be devastating. I'm fortunate. I saved well. I have a decent pension. But I've seen what happens to people who didn't prepare financially. They have to move in with family who may not want them there. They have to skip medications because they can't afford them. They have to make impossible choices between food and healthcare. If you're in your 60s or early 70s and you still have time to save, do it. Cut expenses. Build your emergency fund. Because after 70, you don't have the luxury of working more hours or getting a better job. What you have is what you have. And if you're already past that point and money is tight, get help. Look into programs. Apply for assistance. Don't let pride stop you from accessing resources that exist to help you. Hard truth number 7. The quality of your life after 70 depends more on your choices today than anything else. This is the most important truth of all. You can't control aging. You can't control genetics. You can't control whether you get sick. But you can control your choices. You can choose to stay active or become sedentary. You can choose to eat well or eat garbage. You can choose to stay connected or isolate yourself. You can choose to be bitter or be grateful. You can choose to give up or keep fighting. I see people in their 70s who are vibrant, who travel, who laugh, who contribute to their communities. And I see people in their 70s who have given up, who sit in front of the TV all day, who complain about everything, who wait to die. The difference isn't luck. It's choices. Small choices made every single day that add up to either a life worth living or a slow decline into irrelevance. Now, I know this has been heavy. These are hard truths. They're not pleasant to think about, but I'm telling you this because I care about you. I care about your future. And I know that facing these truths is the only way to stay strong after 70. Because strength at this age isn't about how much you can lift or how fast you can run. Strength is about facing reality, about adapting, about being honest with yourself about your limitations while maximizing what you still can do. I'm 81 years old. I'm not the man I was at 50. I'm not even the man I was at 70. But I'm still here. I'm still living. I'm still enjoying life. And a big part of why I'm doing well is because I stopped lying to myself. I stopped pretending. I stopped fighting reality and started working with it. You can do the same thing. Face these hard truths. Make the necessary changes. Ask for help when you need it. Prepare for the challenges ahead. And most importantly, make choices today that your future self will thank you for. Because life after 70 can be good. It can be meaningful. It can be joyful. But only if you're willing to face the truth and do the work. Now, if this video resonated with you, if these truths hit home, I need you to do something for me. Hit that subscribe button right now because I'm going to keep sharing honest, no-nonsense advice about aging, health, and living well in your later years. No fluff, no false promises, just real talk from someone who's living it. And leave me a comment below. Tell me which of these 7 truths hit you the hardest, or if there's another hard truth about aging that I didn't mention. I read every comment, and I love hearing from you. We're all in this together, and sharing our experiences helps all of us get through it. So, subscribe, comment, and most importantly, take care of yourself because you're worth it. And your best years don't have to be behind you. They can still be ahead. Stay strong, my friends. Face the truth and keep moving forward. Take care.